Close your eyes for a minute, close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind.
Close your legs to rappers, married man. This is the famous classic words of Nene, the legendary Nene Leakes from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not sure what season this was, but it was a shade she threw at one of the ladies when she said, close your legs to married man. Now, I know I'm talking all things Potomac, but there are now accusations flying left, right, and center at the pajama slash wedding gifts unboxing of Nneka. But it wasn't about the unboxing or the pajama or the housewarming we're going to be talking about in this particular episode. It was more the accusations and the rumors from Karen allegedly insinuating that Mia is stepping out on her man Gordon. Guys, it gets really steamy and interesting. But hold up a minute. Let's do some housekeeping. Thank you so much to my Posh family. Thank you for coming on board the Posh Fam train. We didn't really grow this week, or not sure if we did, but if you're new here, thank you for coming on board. Please subscribe to my channel, go through my playlist. You will like something, and share this channel with your friends and your family. We need to grow. And for my existing Posh Fam, thank you. I am riding this, and let's get into the commentary. That was the Real Housewives of Potomac. We'll discuss a little bit more on the situation or the accusation against Mia, or what led to this particular steamy altercation. Let's catch up on GNA. Now, GNA is now the brand name for Giselle and Ashley's leisure, what is it? Like Lana James activewear line. It's taking shape. Things are kicking up a speed. We can see the episode opening with Giselle and Ashley at the fabric warehouse. They are now in fact shopping for materials, lace and all, including the coochie support that will be embedded in this particular leisure activewear layout. Guys, I did not know sweaty coochie was a thing, but we will get to that. And they invited best friends Robin as well as Mia to come along and choose some classic fabrics. But guess what? We didn't really get too much of what colors were chosen, but I did see a few patterns and print on display. But the main point was the fact that the girls needed to catch up with Ashley to give them the breakdown of what happened in Sur Hills. Remember, the girls went to Sur Hills to celebrate Karen's tourism, impeding tourism business that she is about to kickstart. She only just bought a plot of her aunt Bertha's estate, and she is looking at expanding her mogul status. And yes, Ashley had to give them a brick by brick of what happened, especially because it wasn't really about what happened at Surry. It was more about the drama between Nneka and Wendy. And of course, Ashley, missing being the messy boots, did share that Wendy has invited everyone for the weed out party for her husband Eddy's Happy Eddy marijuana business that is about to kickstart. They're going to be doing a soft opening, like a soft launch, and so they've invited everyone. She ended up inviting Nneka, tagging her as Ashley's friend. So I guess she's just trying to be a little bit diplomatic. Not that she really wanted her to come, because from what ensued after, it was quite clear that Wendy's hands were literally dragged, and she had no choice than to extend the invitation or have Eddy extend his invitation to Nneka's way. But anyway, the major point was that the girls again tried to mock this whole situation. It's clear as day, Mia, Robin, especially Giselle and Robin, do not like Wendy. They want this lady out at any cost. And I've also noticed that when there's one person succeeding in all of the things that they are branding and trying to advertise, because that's part of the platform, this show is giving these women the platform opportunity to advertise their business and also come up with different business products to sell to people. This is a massive showcase. This is a massive platform for them. And so when one is overshining or outdoing the other, there is a bit of a green eye envy there. Anyway, whilst that was going on, they did talk about having to go to Nneka's party, and also suggesting that maybe Wendy would not be invited. But again, Ashley did agree that Nneka extended invitation, and it will be interesting to see who appears or who shows up. But we'll get to all of that. The next episode, or it kicks, then went on to Candice, who is talking about her movie. She's been locked and busy. She is being booked and busy. She's now filming, doing all sort of things, and that is the excuse for her not attending Wendy's event. She said she was going to make an appearance, which she did with her husband. She just literally walked in, said hi, took her weed box, and walked out. Now, I'm going to say this, and someone, please, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think Candice and Wendy's friendship is starting to show some sign of cracks, and that is in part to the closeness, or the should I say, the link between Nneka and Candice. Candice is open to knowing Nneka better, and I don't think this is going down well or sitting down well with Wendy, and so they are now sort of throwing shit at each other. If it is passively, I would say yes, because Wendy did not turn up for her event. I mean, Candice's Mother's Day event, and now here is Candy sort of making an appearance, so that not to say I am trying to do one, or match your behavior for not showing up on my event. But it's clear as day that there is now a crack forming. I hope these girls can resolve this mess before it gets out of hand, because right now the only team I am seeing here is Karen, Wendy, and everyone else is against them. And Candice is sort of sitting on the fence now if she tries to move in with Nneka, because Nneka has taken sides and she is team Giselle, Robin, Mia, Ashley, and the rest of the gang. So we'll see how this plays. It's clear as day, these women, and that I mean Mia, Robin, and Giselle, are still hung up over the invite situation to Surry Hill. If you remember clearly, Karen did have a two guest list invite. So she had priority guests, which was Wendy, Candice, Ashley, and Giselle, who declined because her best friend Robin wasn't on there, or the fact that they didn't invite the entire group. And then there was the admission of faux pas, and then inviting everyone else, where the rest that were not invited felt some type of way. Mia feels that the fact that she missed out on the first invitation list, the high VIP list, she wasn't going to turn up, and she felt some type of way. Of course, Robin and Giselle both agreed to this part. Guys, I'm not going to comment on who is right or who's wrong. It's Karen's event, and she can choose however she so pleases as to who she should invite. Now, before we get to this particular event that was hosted by Eddy, I want to say something about Nneka. We see Nneka showing us a little bit about her lifestyle. Nneka is an attorney, and she's also a businesswoman. And you know what? That was the side of her we needed to see at the start of this particular entrant or feature onto the franchise. She came on here guns blazing with a fellow countrymate of hers, Wendy. Instead of promoting her business acumen, her mogul status, we can see her here talking about her champagne, or I don't know what it's called, sparkling wine line called Bido. Now, Bido is an Igbo language titled name, and I think it actually means beginning, or let us start. And according to her, she has ventured into sparkling wine making because of her love for champagne. She pretty much drinks champagne alongside her vitamins or medications. That's what she said. Not in my mouth. We can call her a binge drinker, but I didn't say this. She said it. You know what? I'm liking this particular aspect of her. Talk about your business, be classy. Let's admire you this way. Promote Black women in a light that is befitting us, not, the altercation, the verbal diarrhea mess. Anyway, Lebe came to visit. Lebe, if you remember, we now find out is Ike's cousin, who is Ivy, Wendy's elder sister's friend or ex-best friend. They had a falling out which orchestrated the whole altercation and animosity between Wendy and Nneka. Lebe is here. They didn't really harp on the situation, only that Nneka is letting her know that she's been invited to Eddy's event, and another of Nneka's friend is, I think her name is Chika. Chika is saying, well, you're going in there if you need protection, or if you're uncomfortable, just give us a call. While Lebe, you know, kind of emphasized the fact that she will be going into her tough, and so she should be prepared for what was to come. And again, that's just being tacky. But as we know, reality drama is filled with all of the nuances and should I say irritating storylines to build up an unnecessary momentum for non-existent chaos. That's what I'll call it. And after this, we see Wendy and Eddy walking into, I think it's Mary Im marijuana house or something like that. This is the partner this is the people he's partnered with for his weed line. According to him, he's got 3 distinctive marijuana brand in his line. One is Zen Wen, the other one is Happy Eddy, and then there's one other one. Guys, I have never tried weed in my life, and I will not be trying. Just no offense to those who enjoy the pleasures of marijuana. I am not that type of person. Well, it seems as though when Eddy is not going to be getting his should I say invitees high, because that was the expectation by these invitees. Rather, we're going to be having an oregano. The Americans call it oregano, we call it oregano and herbs high. I really has anyone tried to smoke oregano and thyme? What's the feeling like? Do you get high? Because this is unprecedented. According to Eddy, although it is now legalized, they are still waiting for their license to come through, and so it will be unethical. This is the legal side of him trying to prevent any legal brouhaha, because this is, you know, televised. So he didn't want any type of legal stain or illegalities or legalities to affect his startup business, you know. So these people were invited. First to come was, of course, Candice and her partner, who didn't stay but got a box to go home and get high with. The other guests, should I say, turned up at some point. We had Karen, Ashley showed up. Of course, Giselle and Robin came to mock Wendy. That was all I could get from their appearance, which was, again, very distasteful and tacky. I am going to pay no attention to this part of the story. The main point was when Karen walked in alongside Mia, it was a word for word exchange. Apparently, Karen still felt some type of way about Mia's rejection of her invitation, and when she tried to hold Mia accountable, she literally was very defensive, telling Mia, you were not even first priority, neither were you second or third. You were literally the backup plan. Ouch, Mia, your backup plan. And they started abusing each other. There was really no should I say resolution from this back and forth exchange. They both walked off just so that they could allow Happy Eddy have his moment to introduce his product. They ended up just rolling up oregano and some thyme, so that I think it was a master class to teach the women how to roll a joint, so that when they eventually get their own package, or when they start buying up the joints from them, they are able to roll and blaze away, guys. Blaze away. Good luck to these people. Now let's go back to Mia. I think the cracks are now starting to form. We're now starting to see the epicenter of the chaos or the separation between her and Gordon. They had a sit down. Apparently, therapy is advising them to have dates, even though they're no longer able to afford nannies and stuff. They are now having to go out on during lunchtime when the kids are in school. And there just seems to be no concession or no type of romantic connection between these people. They're talking about divorce, but in a third person. They are asking questions for future events. So this tells me therapy isn't really going well, but we're going to try and see what we can do, if we can rectify it. Basically, Gordon is broke. Gordon is broke. Mia is now fending for herself and she detests it. She is younger than Gordon, I think by 20 plus years. And I can understand that when you marry somebody that is way, way older than you, there's a age gap difference, significant age gap difference, the expectation that you are there for leisure. And there's no crime in that. I need a man to protect me, to provide for me, and to profess love to me. And unfortunately, when I am marrying you on a transactional purpose, I expect the full, the full course meal and not leave me hanging midway through the fine dining that is meant to be the marriage. And this is exactly what is happening. Gordon has fallen by the wayside, all thanks to his brother kicking him out of their business. And now Mia is seeking an exit plan because she cannot suffer. She's got a lifestyle to maintain. And now we can see the girls planning the visit or the party that is Nneka's housewarming event. And this is where it kicks off, guys. This is where the episode ends for us on this episode. Basically, the girls all were in attendance except Wendy. It was really like flagged out like it was a big deal that Wendy didn't turn up. Wendy's excuse is, I wasn't going to show up. But mind you, Wendy and Nneka had a conversation at her weed party, and Wendy was like, we need to sit down, to which Wendy said she's going to consider it. And I think this probably will be happening in the next episode, because from the highlights or the trailer for the next episode, we do see Wendy and Nneka having a sit down. I know the sit down didn't go according to how we would expect it to go, but we can't wait to get into the nitty-gritty or the conversations that happened on this particular sit down, and that will be next week. And back to this particular event, Wendy was a no-show. Wendy's excuse, she wasn't going to go there because there has been no resolution. And you know what, I think I can agree with this one. Wendy has to feel however she feels, and until she feels safe and feels secure around this woman, you know what, we're making no progress in the relationship. That was the talk of town. Clarice, you all know Clarice and Clarion are enemies. When they both walked in, it was clear as day there's not going to be any friendship happening with these two, not by any means, not anytime soon. But then we kick off with Mia and Karen. There was very few unboxing that was done. There was the introduction of Bido, the wine. The women had a good drink first. I'm not sure if it was sparkling non-alcoholic or sparkly, but I know made in France champagne it was not. Okay, but good on her for managing her business in the best way she could. This is where the accusation flew, guys. Basically, Karen said there are rumors that you are sleeping with a married man as well as you're sleeping with a rapper. Karen did confirm it, even though that particular name was sort of iced out, or should I say censored off. Now, we don't know. And again, Mia also slightly said something alluding to the fact that the rumors might actually be true, because she did confirm Gordon is in the know of this particular rumor, and also she dragged Karen there. But these women are constantly dragging each other. It's interesting. It's now out in the open. I think Mia can tell us that she's in an open marriage. We see this very clear. Gordon actually wants them to actually be together, though separately, but living, should I say, a lifestyle that was conducive to co-parent the kids and give Mia the opportunity to fend for herself. But Mia still feels like she will be a prisoner in a situation where she really doesn't want to be in. Guys, this is where it ends. I cannot wait to unpack all of the drama post Nneka's housewarming party, as well as the sit down between Wendy and Nneka. It is on. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, always stay focused and be safe. I'll see you soon. Bye.